Oh, we are streaming. The stream is healthy.
That's good.
No urology appointments. All right, so we're gonna get into this topic that the Bry Man had posed early this morning on Any List. As I had said before, definitely download that app if you haven't. All right, so I hope people are back and listening and watching. If you are, make sure that you hit that notification bell on YouTube and you hit that subscribe button. It'll let you know whenever we go live, which is huge because then you can like it and it'll even just pop in your email so you can check out the show later if you happen to miss it. And then you can yell at us in the comment section there, or you can put up other questions. I would like to, for those that are Yankee fans, I don't know how many that we have that are watching right now, but I would like to know who would like to see the Yankees actually tank for the number 2 seed. And I want to hear Brian's rationale behind this because when I read this morning, I was kind of like a little shocked. Little shocked. Tank for number 2. What are we doing here? You want tank for Tua? Tank for 2?
I don't say I wanted to. I'm posing a question with some rationale behind it. This is my brother and I were going back and forth with this about this via text last night.
All right.
So here's the bottom line. Would you rather, if you're the Yankees, get the 2 seed, have to play Minnesota, most likely, a team that, listen, look, there's not going to be any easy outs, right, in this postseason, but let's be honest. The Twins are built somewhat similarly to the Yankees, but they're kind of like a poor man's version of them. The Twins are a team we should absolutely beat. That's a team the Yankees should beat to be able to get into the American League Championship Series. Would you rather have that, play them, then have to deal with the Astros, or would you rather get the 1 seed and have to go through probably both Oakland and Houston to get to the World Series? Now, granted, if you have the 1 seed, of course, you have home field throughout. That's a given. But you know what? If you're a good enough baseball team, you should be able to win a game on the road. Should be able to steal a game. Now, history has told us, though, against the Astros, that the home team in an American League Championship Series will win every game. Does that mean it's going to happen again? No. But here's the question. Would you rather have to make Houston go through Oakland before they get to the Yankees? Whereas the Yankees would only have to play the Twins, a team they should beat, and maybe even beat handily. Would you rather have that scenario play out? Because let's be honest, Oakland has given Houston fits this year. They just went into Houston and I believe took 3 out of 4. And you know what? They actually had set the Yankees up there to maybe win the division because the Yankees had a 2-game lead, and now all of a sudden it's back to even between the Yankees and the Astros as far as records go. Now listen, this may all be a moot point because Houston might just get the number 1 seed on its own. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't looked at both of these teams' schedules. I do know that the Yankees are going up against the Angels right now for 3 games, and that's a very depleted Angels team because now Mike Trout is out for the rest of the year with season-ending surgery. Now, you know what? It's also an interesting thing in terms of the MVP race, but that's another topic for another day. Because I'm not so sure that there's not a lot of games left, but I'm not so sure that he's the definitive winner anymore.
Except for the Houston Astros play the Angels like 8 times through over the next week and a half or so.
All right. So, I mean, listen, there's a very good chance that this plays out anyway. Here's my point.
So I'll let you know real quick what the Astros, who they're playing. Okay. They had 2 games against the Rangers, and then they have 3 games against the Angels, and then they have 2 games against the Mariners, and they have 4 games to wrap up the series against the Angels.
Okay, no joke. That sounds like a 10-2 run or something like that, or 8-2 or something like that. I don't know how many games. I lost count. My math sucks. That might have been 11 games. So I would say
the Yankees also have an easy going forward though, because they're playing the Angels for 3 games. They're playing the Blue Jays, who can put up some fits.
Blue Jays are a pain in the ass.
Blue Jays 3 games. Rays 2 games, and then 3 games against the Texas Rangers. So that's not as easy of a schedule, but it's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not, but I would actually give Houston the advantage. Here's my point, Yankee fans. If you end up with the 2 seed, it's not a bad thing. For starters, you get a home series. Okay, that right off the bat, that's a significant upgrade over what happened last year, where you had to play everything on the road and you had to win that wild card game again. Now we get to avoid that wild card winner, and then they get to have the Twins, and then after that. But listen, that's not a bad thing, because in my opinion, Oakland's going to win that wild card game, and they're going to go to Houston. And honestly, the way that Oakland team is playing right now, they could beat Houston. I'm not saying they will. They probably will not. But you know what? Maybe they soften Houston up enough to give the Yankees a little bit more of a puncher's chance in that ALCS. That's all I'm getting to.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I want them to tank, because first of all, they would never do it. This is one of those stupid things that only fans talk about. But let's be honest, though. It's not the worst case scenario if the Yankees are the 2 seed. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me a little bit if Aaron Boone took the foot off the pedal a little bit in these last couple weeks of the season. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure your reaction is no. Win out, get the 1 seed, get home field advantage throughout. Take your chances.
I don't think it's taking your chances. I think you just want to go into the playoffs with,
momentum.
Yeah, momentum. You want to have your chest, out like you are the best team in baseball. You want to go and you want to take it to the Astros with the best you got.
Want to peacock around a little? Like,
yeah.
Can you look at my 1 seed?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I think that it's absurd to even consider losing, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you lose some games against the Angels where the Astros just absolutely manhandled them. That kind of it can get in anybody's head. So I don't want you to. I could never ever even think of a time, especially when you are one of the best teams in baseball, which right now they are tied for the best record in baseball with the Astros. Mm-hmm. And I think they're 1 game above the Dodgers. But I think that this is a team that absolutely needs to fight for that number 1 spot. They haven't really had the ability to be in this position with this team in a long time. We would really like to have that number 1 spot. We would like to win the division handily, get into the number 1 spot, and then just come in and start flexing our muscles. I just have a hard time with ever, if there's even an inkling of losing in your mind, like you just can't have that in sports. Like you just can't. You have to completely block it out. I mean, golfers, even golfers talk about it all the time, how you have to visualize your shot. And if you visualize it and it's not what you are looking to do, you step back and you go back through the motions again until you have it fixed. Now, it's a very important thing to get your mind right. Sports psychology is real, and you need to really and unless you just are so confident that you're like, we just need to rest. We need to relax. Sanchez needs to get healthy. Obviously, he's injured right now. We have some players that are kind of key that need to get healthy before we get into the playoffs and then make our run. But I just can't see it. You have to put the pedal to the metal and go for it.
Listen, I don't disagree. I just wonder if in the back of like Cashman's head, Boone's head, maybe even on the Astros side too with AJ Hinch. Like you wonder if is it in the back of their heads? Like, might not be the worst thing if we were.
That's the other thing is I do not fear Oakland at all. I don't fear the Twins at all. Like those are 2 teams that are always just getting to the playoffs and then getting knocked out relatively quick. For me,
it's actually less about fearing Oakland and it's more about wanting Houston to have to go through Oakland, because I think Oakland will give them a tough time.
And I do think when it comes down to it, I think that the Astros, obviously after looking at it, have a much easier schedule. So I think that they're likely going to win it anyway. So unless they start playing poor, which would be great. I mean, you never know, because like we've seen it with the Yankees. Sometimes all of a sudden they just come on, they hit the playoffs after a big losing streak going into the playoffs and just flip the switch. They say flip the switch. It wasn't really flip the switch. They just got hot at the right time. And then they steamroll the playoffs. That is something that happens. Now, it's easier when you have the starting staff that the Astros have. The Yankees have a pretty good staff too. And they have a great bullpen. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think you shouldn't tank. Brian Man thinks you shouldn't tank. But It's an interesting question. All right, so let us know what you guys think in the comments, and we will signing off, and we will see you again on Friday. We are done for the show today. We will see you very soon. We find us on. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Shane and the Bryman, on Twitter at Shane and Bryman, and you can also hit me up on Twitter at Einhornusfinkel.
Twitter, _Bry_man. Tony Stark, part of the journey is the end. Stay classy, Flamin' Club. Bye now.
Peace out, guys. See you on Friday, where we'll talk about our upcoming
Funko
picks.
Friday.
Upcoming picks. If you have any picks that you want us to talk about, you can always throw them in the comment section or hit us up on Twitter or on Facebook, wherever you want to do. Hit us up. Let us know what you guys want us to hear, and then we will go from there. All right. Peace out. See you Friday. Bye.